Hey Internet, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. My name is Abby and we are back on the runway with Bill Kerbin. And today I tried to reduce everything with my space plane, and I hopefully will have this time a successful flight up to the space with the space plane and insert ourselves into a stable orbit around Kerbin again. Because last episode was full of failures, and now I hope I can manage to return to Kerbin orbit again after we had our very first space plane, which was a success right away. And this time I like to redo this and have again a new space plane, and hopefully this little thing here is capable of reaching space and is also able to bring itself into a stable orbit around Kerbin. So I'm really looking forward to this. We are taking off, we are in the air, we are climbing up. I get the impression it's a little bit slow, but we will see when we reach higher altitudes if this is somehow solvable and salvageable or not. I'm not sure about that. Let's climb up and see what will happen up there, and if we are able to reach finally space again, and to improve the spacecraft afterwards to finally fly up to the moon or Minmus. Okay, we are climbing up, we are making good progress. In the meantime, let me prepare our orbital map and activate the nav bar here and zoom on the ocean side of Kerbin where we're flying above. So everything is set up when we reach the higher altitudes of the Kerbin atmosphere, and we are ready to insert ourselves with the rocket engine, which I have put down here. And I hope the thing is capable of bringing us high into the orbit. Okay, we are climbing up, and right now everything is looking good. I am quite confident that this thing is able to reach space, but let's find out if this is really the case or if I have just built another failure. Okay, 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers. I think around 16 kilometers I will start to level my space plane and start to accelerating and gain some more speed before I will start climbing up again. Okay, 15 and 16. Now it's time to start leveling out our space plane and start to increase our speed a little bit before we will activate our rocket engine and hopefully propel ourselves into a stable orbit. Okay, around 20 kilometers. Stop descending. We want to go to space, not down to the surface again. 900 meters per second. Now we're climbing up again. And we are starting to burn. Interesting. Okay, now we are climbing up. Why is this thing becoming so unstable when it starts burning? Come on, space plane, remain stable. Okay, now let's ignite our rocket engine and hopefully we are able to... Whoa, careful. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? Crap. Come on. Get back on track, get back on track. Whoa. Well, straight up. Okay, now we are coming stable again. That's good. Okay. Looking good so far. What about our apoapsis? 44. Okay. Now we are stable again. That's very good. 55. Oh, our fuel is depleting rapidly. That's not good. 61. Come on. You can do this. You can do this. 70. And 80. Okay. We only have no more fuel left almost. I'm not sure if the thing is able to enter a stable orbit. Again, I think we have another failure. This is not good. This is not what I expected. And not what I hoped for. Ha. Okay. But we will reach space, so we have some kind of space plane. That's good. On the other hand, here it seems to be another failure, which is not so good. But let's see when we are reaching our apoapsis if we can manage to bring ourselves into a stable orbit or if we have not enough fuel to do so. Okay, we have now space music. Space music! Woohoo! Okay, and let me fast forward a bit and stop here. Now let's find out, have we enough fuel left in this space plane to bring ourselves into a stable orbit or not? Accelerating. No. We have not enough fuel. Okay. This is not what I have expected. This is not what I wanted. But, well, we have reached space. That's good. So we are on a good way to have a space plane, but it's not good enough for ourselves to have a stable orbit. Okay. So, I think I have to improve my space plane design. I have to build something other. And it would be also a nighttime landing. This is not good. This is really not good. Well, let me fast forward and climb a bit. Okay, we are starting to descending. And now we are back or out of space again. I'm not having any rocket fuel anymore, so I can switch off the rocket engine. And where are we coming down? Somewhere over here. So are we able to land the thing in the darkness? We are dropping rapidly. But what should I do to finally achieve a stable orbit? I think the thing is capable for this, but after this failure again, I think it's not capable for doing something like this. It's a little bit unfortunate. So, I have to improve everything again. And I'm also not sure about, even if I manage to get into orbit, I'm not very sure about the fuel which is remaining in my spacecraft after I reached orbit, because I want also for landings on celestial bodies these tiny little engines add to my spacecraft, so I can have a vertical landing on the surface. And well, these engines have a low specific impulse, and I'm not sure how I should bring so much fuel into space to be able to do so. I think I have to build a giant space plane or something like this. Or I have to figure out how I could put these huge orange tanks in a space plane form so I can fly a huge orange tank. which is, I think, which is kind of a strong challenge to add some wings and a stable flight thing to a giant orange tank. But I think this is not my next approach. I think my next approach should be more about reaching a stable orbit before I do something crazy like this. Okay, and now we are back in the atmosphere. We have the re-entry effects. We are descending. We are dropping toward the surface. And again, the thing becomes a little bit unstable as soon as it starts having these re-entry effects. It's hard to keep stable, this aircraft or spacecraft. This is strange. Whoa. Now it's freaking totally out. Whoa. Come on, get your nose down. Get your nose down. No. 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 Come on, get your nose down. Huh. Maybe if I activate the engines, will they help me out to get this thing stable again? I think it's getting even more unstable. So apart from reaching somehow space, I have also to figure out how to return back from space. And this is especially interesting because my very first spaceplane attempt was a success. It has no problem with returning from space. Okay, we've recovered the spaceplane, okay. Which had no problem for returning from space, and now I'm struggling to come back into space, and I have also troubles to somehow manage to keep the thing stable and to bring it safely back to the ground, which is even more unfortunate. Okay, let me descend even more, throttle down even more, and prepare my descent for my final approach. Let me lower our gear and switch on the lights. So we are coming down. Now it's pretty stable again. After this freak out, after the re-entry, the thing is stable again. This is nice, so maybe I can land the thing on the surface and then build another space plane, which is then hopefully capable of reaching a stable orbit again. Okay, now we see the lights. This is good, so we are close to the surface. We are coming down. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Time for eject. Hui. Okay, not so stable as I thought it could be. But we have now a nicely illuminated landing area, which is also maybe has some advantages for our parachute landing and for being found again from the rescue crew. So yes, I have two main goals. One thing, reaching space, and also returning safely back from space. Yes, so let me build the next space plane and then we meet again on the runway. And we are back with Kerbin, our very first space plane pilot, who was able to reach a stable orbit around Kerbin, and with my next version of my space plane. It's not the almost next version. I had a lot of other versions since my last failed attempt to reach a stable orbit in this episode, but there were so many unsuccessful flights, so I skipped all of them. I recorded the first of them, then I got a little bit annoyed for all the crashes and so on, so I stopped to record all the attempts. And then I had the idea, okay, my very first space plane was a success, so I loaded my very first space plane in the space plane hangar, and well, what I did was I disassembled everything, so the only thing which was left was I think the decoupler, and yes, afterwards I started to assemble it again in a different manner, and this is the result of my work. So I have 4 jet engines, I have 2 rocket engines, or I have 3 rocket engines, 2 normal rocket engine and 1 nuclear rocket engine. I have a lot of, or not a lot of, I have 6, no 8 air intakes, ram air intakes, and I've also added these engine nacelle. They have also some intakes, so I have some more intake for my spacecraft, and I hope the thing is able to reach space. I had some test flights with it, and it is looking very good. So I hope this thing will also work during this flight here, during our try to reach a stable orbit, and I'm pretty confident that I'm now able to do this. And I hope you'll bear with me when we find out if the thing is able to reach a stable orbit or not. One thing which is good for our progress is Will the Kerbin again, because he has already experience with space planes and with flying a space plane in orbit, so I think we're on a good way to have a successful flight up to the space. Apart from this, I'm now had added again a battery. I've also added the reaction wheel. I've also added 2 solar panels, so I hope I can refuel my batteries in space. And yes, so everything is looking good, and due to the rocket engine, I hope I won't use as much fuel as with the other ones, these unsuccessful space planes. And if I do so, I might be able to fly up to the moon. I'm not sure if I can land this thing on the moon, or if I even have enough fuel to return back to Kerbin or whatever, but I think this thing might be able to have at least a flyby of the moon before it will disappear in the endless of space and fly around the sun or something, because I can't burn retrograde enough to enter a stable orbit around the moon or something like this. Yes, so a lot of exciting things are before us, but before we can think about flying to the moon, we have to bring this interesting thing. Oh, this is looking interesting. Sun, and it has some, well, interesting. It's only attached here with this ring of the fuel tank. Okay, oh, I'm climbing good up, so it's time to level out again and to start gaining some speed with our spacecraft, because I've also learned the ram air intakes need more speed to work properly, and without speed they won't have enough intake air, and without enough intake air we will have a flame out, and when we have a flame out everything is screwed and we start tumbling down toward the surface and we will crash and everything is messed up again, and this is a thing I won't have to happen again, because I'm very confident with this aircraft or spacecraft, and it should be able to reach space, if it starts to climb up again instead of descending down to the surface again. Okay, here we go. We are pretty much accelerating. This is fine, this is good. I will try to have an ascent rate between 10 and 100 meters, I guess. Because so I have a lot of time to increase my speed, and while I gain some additional altitude before I will switch over to my rocket engines and ignite them to propel myself into an orbit, or at least into space. And I hope the thing isn't as unstable as my last flight in this episode, as it started tumbling while I was firing my all rocket engines, as what it was tumbling while it had the re-entry effects, it was tumbling while I tried to land it, it was tumbling all the time, which was pretty unfortunate and pretty hard to see the precious work being destroyed and having no influence on it to fix this while in air. Okay, we still have some air intake, or intake air, this is good. I'm pretty much concerned about the instability of my spacecraft right now, but we are still accelerating. Oh, we have again re-entry effects. Please be stable, please keep being stable, spacecraft, don't start tumbling again. Okay, we are climbing up even more. We have now reached over 1000 meters per second, which is good. And we are still accelerating and we are still climbing up. But now we are starting to lose our intake air, which is not as good, because in a short amount of time I have to switch off my engines or I will have a flame out, which will cause us severe troubles. So let me start this one and switch off the engines and start the other rocket engines. So now it's the moment of truth. Are we able to enter the stable orbit with this giant thing of flying fuel? Or will it freak out again and start tumbling and do crazy stuff on me? Wilson is a little bit scared. He isn't sure about his situation, if everything's working fine. I hope everything is working fine and we are able to enter space. At least we are accelerating. No, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. Stay on target, stay on target. No. Come, get down, get your nose down. Okay, we are seeing stars. Ooh, this was close. I thought I've lost the aircraft or the spacecraft. Be gentle, don't freak out, Let's have a look here. 55, 54. Let's have a look back at our real spacecraft. Okay, now let's get the nose better down to increase better our what do we have here? 82, that's good. Let me switch off these rocket engines, so I will only use my nuclear engine right now to hopefully accelerate a little bit more, and to because I want to use the rest of the fuel for these engines to insert myself into a stable orbit. 95, 96, 97, 98, looking good. 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, and 104, and stop. Okay. So let me switch on the other engines again. We have some little fuel left. Oh, I want to add again my maneuver over here so I can see when I approach this apoapsis to start burning again. And yes, I'm looking very confident in my spacecraft, because I think we have achieved a stable orbit, or we can achieve a stable orbit if the fuel is enough here in my... And we also have space music. Yes, we are in space. Awesome. Well done. Okay, I think around 1 minute I will start burning and hope that I'm able to achieve my orbit with this aircraft or spacecraft here. Everything is working fine. Okay. 30 seconds left until I will throttle up again and hopefully insert myself into an orbit. Everything is looking good so far. Okay, 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and power. A lot of power. Okay, these two engines are out of fuel. Now we have to rely on our nuclear engine. Nuclear. Yes. But I think it will work out fine. I think we will achieve our orbit again. Yes, we have a new space plane which is able of inserting itself into an orbit. Get me rid of this thing here. Where is our periups? We need some time to have our periups. Well, okay, let me stop here and I will start burning when we are reaching the apoapsis again in 1 minute. So a little bit fast forward in time and stop, not too fast. And throttle up again. Okay, we are accelerating, that's good. What does our orbit do? Again this... Oh, here we have our periups. Now let's watch over it and bring it as high as possible, or not as high as possible, but around also 100 kilometers. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yes, well done. Okay, we have a not so wonky orbit as in the very first version of our spaceplane, and we have an orbit and it was a success, and we have almost one of these tanks left. I have 355 and one of the tanks is 360. So I have a lot of fuel left for a nuclear engine, so I hope I can do some interesting orbital maneuvers up here in space. But I'm not sure if I ever be able to land the thing again, because I don't have possibly fuel left when I re-enter the atmosphere, but we will find out when it's time for this. So let me now extend our solar panels so we can recharge our batteries if we need to. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I don't have a ladder here. So I think I won't use the EVA right now. But let me have a look. Where is the moon? The moon is over here. So I think if I... well, maybe here. Let me set the moon as a target. Okay, we missed the part, so we should have started to burn, and we need a almost 5-minute burn to fly up to the moon. Okay, interesting. So we have a lot of to do for the next episode when we will fly to the moon. I hope you enjoyed my flight up to the space with a second space plane which was able to enter a stable orbit around Kerbin. Oh, there we have the moonrise. Moon, we are seeing you, we are coming for you with the space plane. Yes, we will fly towards to you, and we will enter hopefully a stable orbit around you. but this will happen in the next episode. You can see the moon through the space plane. Interesting. Okay. This will happen in the next episode. I hope you liked my video so far. If you do so, please like it on YouTube, please become a subscriber to my channel, and please leave me a comment what you're thinking about my space plane exploration. And we will see us in the next episode. Until then, my name is Zebby. See you!